Kia ora everybody, today we're creating a clone of the Barfoot and Thompson website. Why that one? Well, I just picked what I thought was a bland commercial website to look at, analyze, and try to copy. Okay, here it is. You'll see it's got a nav bar in here, it's got this big hero shot, this is the homepage. We've got this latest news and update section. We're going to try to build this section out today. And it's got a whole lot of other sections too. We're not going to do everything. You'll see this Our Network and Reach section looks very similar to what we're going to build. I wonder if there's something in that. And we've got this other Find Us section down here. And down the bottom we have a footer. Okay, we're not going to do this from scratch. I've created a starter template for you over here. github.com/mrwardkkhs/barfoot. Go there. And our first job is to clone this repo. I've got a lot of starter code. I've already got the images. I've got the data loaded in that we need today. I also have a nice little list of all the things we need to do and some comments of exactly where we need to do them. So come here, go to the code, copy that. We're heading over to VS Code, and you'll see I've already got it down, but here are the steps that you need to do. You need to change directory to your dev folder, and change directory ~/dev, and then, caps lock was on. Didn't matter though. We now need to clone that repo down off the internet. So git clone that URL that we got down. You'll see that I already have it. But yours hopefully should be cloned down. Let's cd into that now. And then we're in that directory. Cool. Let's take a little look through here. As you can see, the root directory here, close that. The root directory here is 2 files and 2 folders. The README here gives a little bit of context to what our task is. We're building a small multi-page Flask app with reusable templates and components. You'll take a basic layout and turn it into something that feels like a real site. So what we need to do, clone a repo. Done. Fantastic. Add the nav and the footer using include. Create a content area using block content. Make sure make pages extend that using the extends tool in Flask. Wire up the index route in app.py, add a new route for the market update page, build out the latest news and update section, create a reusable card macro. That is going to be one of the key learnings today, and add styling to match the design. Fantastic. Let's have a little quick look at what's happening so far. We have app.py. We have somewhere to get our data. This lovely function called get articles, and it's going to return a whole bunch of data to us. We don't need to worry about what that is yet. We have this place here where we've kind of half wired up app.route to our index route. You need to fix that up, and we will later on. We also need to make a new route to the market update page. All right, we have a few static assets. We already have some styles in here. You do not need to change any of these. Where there's a place right down the bottom of our styles where we need to add in some styles later. We have a few images. These are the images that should turn up in our HTML later on. And we have a few templates already. We have a base template, and you'll see that we need to connect some styles in here. We need to add a navbar and footer in here. We'll get to that later. We've got a footer in here that we shouldn't need to touch. We have an index.html in here that we'll need to wire up our latest news section. We have a market.html, and we shouldn't need to touch this either. A whole lot of HTML in here. And we have a nav bar, which we also similarly shouldn't need to touch. Cool. Great. The general rule is anywhere that I want you to do something today, I've put a little comment about what to do and where to do it. And everything else, you should be able to leave alone. Cool. Okay, let's go back to our list. We've cloned the repo. We need to, probably the next most important job is this one here, so we can actually see what this looks like so far. So if we go over to app.py, should we just see what happens if we run this? We've got this if name equals main, which if we just run this as a Python file, should start our server and show us what we've got so far. Here we go. Our server's up, debugger is active, fantastic. We should have, if I open this up a little bit, we should have this URL. Oh, we have a type error. The view function for index did not return a valid response. So we've got nothing at the moment. Let's wire up our index. Let's start there. So head back to VS Code and let's fix this up. We're going to leave our comment in there. We're going to come in here and we should just be able to return this template. This here is the template that we want to return. It's not going to show very much, but at least it will be wired up correctly. So let's go in there now. So how do we do that? We return render template and it's index.html. Cool. Now our server has crashed, so do we need to rerun it? Potentially not. Oh, we do need to save app.py first and then rerun that. There we go. Hey, our app's running. Can't see anything yet, but it is there. Okay, why can't we see anything? Well, let's go over to index.html and you'll see that it's just empty sections. Nothing is here. Where's my nav bar? Where's my footer? These things exist. I want those things on my index page. Where are they? Okay. Time to explain a little choice that I've made here with this repo, and something that you should be doing is good practice when you're developing Flask. Let's go over to the Barfoot and Thompson website. Oops, that's on this tab. Okay. I have here a nav bar. I have down here a footer. If I go to any other page on the Barfoot and Thompson website, look at that. It's the exact same nav bar. Down here, it's the exact same footer. If I go over to here, it's the exact same nav bar. It's the exact same footer. I don't want to code those up separately for every different page. So what I want is to have those as a separate template and pull them in to each different page, or else I'd have to program them up 1,000 times. If I come and look at this particular property, it's the same nav bar, it's the same footer. I want to just be able to pull those in and only change the stuff that's happening in the middle, so that any page that I go to which has the nav bar and have the footer is using the same code. Okay, how do I do that with Flask? Well, what I do is I have a base.html which is going to have the nav bar and the footer and anything else that I want, all the boilerplate HTML, and I'm just going to swap in either the index or I'm going to swap in the market.html. That's the other page that we're going to build out today. Or not build out, but display today. All right. So what I need to do is I need to say in my index.html that this is kind of the middle part of that page, and we do that with block content. We're saying that this is a block of HTML, and the name of that block is content. End block like that. I think end block like that. Maybe that will come back later. Maybe end block like this. We'll look that up. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Okay. We now want to use base.html. And in here, what we're going to do is we're going to include nav.html. And we're going to, down the bottom, whoops, don't forget the other percentage sign. Include footer.html like that. And that will, when Flask sees these, oh, you can't see my mouse. When Flask sees these, it's going to go and find the nav.html file, which is over here. It's going to basically go get it and just paste it straight into this page. It's going to just go and get all of this HTML here, and it's just going to paste it right there. But the important thing is that that is going to be the same HTML, and it's only going to be in one place, so I only have to change it once. Cool. Whoops, sorry, back to base.html. I'm on the wrong tab. Here we go. Cool. And now we need a place for that content to go. And so we're going to come in here and say block content and end block. Brilliant. Cool. This is fine and all, but we need to do one more thing. If you see, we've saved that. If we take a look at our version of the website and refresh, oh, it is end block like that. Thank you, Flask, for letting me know with good error messages. End block. Save. And in index.html end block. Look at that. Our base.html doesn't know about index.html, or index.html doesn't know about base.html. They're not; those two files aren't talking to each other yet. What we need to do is use extends. What extends does is that it will go and find base.html and wrap index.html with everything else around base. So we extends base.html, and we should be good to go. Flask is going to see that. It's going to grab base.html and basically take everything inside block content and index.html and shove it there. So it's copying nav.html and placing it there. It's copying index.html, placing it there. It's copying footer.html and placing it there. Now let's see what we see. Fantastic. Look at that. We have our navbar. We have our footer. It looks like rubbish, but the content's there. Should we make it look a little bit better by wiring up our CSS? And we might do that in the next video. All right. Ka kite, everybody.